I am Natasha Robson Lovato.
Okay.
And I am the daughter in this process.
And I'm Cecile, and I'm the mother in this process.
Okay.
And we are business partners.
Okay.
Opening a tea house.
And what inspired you guys to open a tea house?
Well, actually, it all started with my wedding.
Yes.
I wanted to have a tea party, themed wedding, an afternoon tea party, and we couldn't find the cups and saucers, the china, anywhere in the city to rent. So we ended up buying over 100 cups and saucers.
Okay.
And then after the wedding, we looked at them sitting there in our home and wondered, what are we going to do with these? And we thought, well, we could sell them on eBay, or we could start a catering company and rent them out and cater tea parties for other people who might want them.
Oh, okay.
So for about a year, we did catering, and then we didn't like catering because we had to cart everything everywhere, and especially the china. We had to wrap it and unwrap it and wrap it again and unwrap it, and it was a lot of, it was a big hassle. And so we looked at each other and said, well, why don't we, you know, our idea was always that we'd love to have a little shop, and so we opened a shop.
How did you choose the location? You're up on the Queen Anne Hill. In Seattle, and how did you choose this location?
We had a very good realtor.
We had a very, very good real estate agent. He is wonderful. His name is Cameron Kent. He works for Ewing and Clark. We'll give him a plug.
Just promote him.
Because he saved us. I mean, he worked so hard to find us the perfect location, and we went to a lot of different locations and gave him a lot of very specific ideas, and we didn't have the hugest budget either in terms of startup cost. So we needed a place that was relatively turnkey, which is very hard to find in the food industry in general. And he found it for us, and he found a great location too.
He fought for us.
He did fight for us as well.
So the location that you guys have, did you have to do a lot of construction for it, or was there a previous kind of cafe or restaurant here? But to begin with?
So this was originally a coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
So there wasn't a whole. I mean, the infrastructure was already here. The plumbing was here. The electricity, everything that we needed was already in this space. So that's why it was relatively turnkey. I mean, it didn't look anything like what we wanted to look like, so we had to do a lot of decorating, and there was some plumbing to do, and that sort of thing. But for the most part, it still cost quite a bit.
Yeah.
It still cost more than we thought it would.
The gallons of paint, you know. What was the most fun part of the process for you guys in the setup?
I think the most fun part of the process was when all of our family and friends got involved, because we didn't want to pay for everything to be done by a contractor, so a lot of it was done by ourselves, and the painting and the cleaning, and we called friends, and they came over, and
they
drank.
didn't even call it; they just came.
Yeah, they just came, and we just drank beers and ate pizza, and made the place look the way we wanted it to look, and that was a lot of fun, a lot of bonding, a lot of good laughs.
You learn who your friends are when you
exactly.
You do. And we didn't even ask them, like she said, they just volunteered.
They came out of the blue, and it was just at the right time, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult part of the process?
Can we say on video dealing with our contractor?
We won't name the contractor.
No. Why was that? Was that difficult?
It was.
Yes, that was difficult. He, I mean, it was difficult.
Yeah.
We'll just put it that way. The work, the things that we did want him to do, didn't really get done the way we wanted them to be done, and then didn't get passed the first time.
He's actually hopefully done today.
Yes, and that's
this is
about
a week
month later than what he was supposed to be.
Got it. Sorry.
I'm curious. I don't know, maybe Kat's going to get into this, but one of the big questions I always get from a lot of people, when you guys basically decided, okay, we are going to do this, how long was the process from the time you said, okay, this is it, we're doing it, we put money down, and to where we are today?
Once we put money down on an actual space, because I mean, we decided a long time ago that we wanted to do it, but I was still teaching. So I couldn't leave my teaching job. I'd signed another year contract, so I had to wait for that. But once we actually put money on this space, it was in April. And now here we are opening at the end of June. So it was April 1st when we put money on it.
Okay.
So it's taken from April 1st to we'll open on June 22nd.
Okay.
Okay. That's not too bad of a process. I'm
Yeah.
sure it was stressful for you.
I mean, we're definitely, both of us, I mean, I'm especially a go-getter and we'll get it done, but then the other thing is you don't want to sit on a place paying rent, paying your dues, your NNNs, when you don't have it open and you're not making money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can you define for people what you just said NNNs and
Yeah, that's your triple nets. So along with your lease, pretty much any commercial space you pay NNNs, so you pay your triple nets. And that includes, depending on what the space is, that can include water, gas, also just the dues, the building dues, that sort of thing, taxes. So your landlord will require you to pay a triple net.
okay.
And so that ours actually does include pretty much everything except electricity. So it's a pretty good NNN because it does include everything.
Yes, it does.
And is that something you were able to negotiate with?
You can negotiate your NNNs and you can negotiate your rent as well. Yes. So and I recommend for sure having a good real estate agent to do it for you. That would be my one recommendation: is get a good real estate agent when you're in the process, because they understand a contract, they understand what a landlord is doing, and you need somebody in your corner to be able to say, we're not going for that, or this is what you deserve, this is what you need. And so there were things that our real estate agent just said he wouldn't allow us to get into a contract if it required this. And he just said, no, I won't be okay with that. So he was definitely in our corner.
Good contract, a
Real estate agent,
is
yeah.
just great.
What do you wish that you would have known when you first started that you know now through this process?
I don't know that there's anything I didn't know.
We
I
did
mean,
quite a bit already, yes.
we did. When I set out to do something, I sort of go all out and figure it all out. And one of the things that I really found valuable in the process actually was we have some friends who are local business owners, and one of them owns it's actually Yellow Leaf Cupcake Company. They're
Oh, okay.
Incredible guys who own that, and they're very good friends of ours. And so they
Gave you a lot of advice.
gave us so much advice, were willing to sit down with us for hours and just tell us everything they had learned. So I didn't make a whole lot of mistakes when we were opening this. We haven't made a whole lot of mistakes, but that's because they made the mistakes for us. And he told us everything they did wrong, and we went ahead and didn't do any of those things.
That's nice.
And so we really have managed to kind of
fortunate,
sail through.
So your advice to
Yeah, I
others?
should knock on wood.
Yeah. So far, so good.
That's the only thing we've still got left on Monday is the health inspector. So knock on wood for
Let's
him.
not go there.
But everything else has sailed through.
Yes.
So your
Except-
advice
yeah.
would be to possibly look for somebody, if you don't have
Absolutely.
somebody near you, then like research to find people to give you advice.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I even went into, you'd be surprised how wonderful business owners are, small business owners are, in terms of giving you
You really
advice.
help each other.
I mean, I went into some small coffee shops that would be considered to some, we're going to be their competition. And I asked them questions and said, well, how did you do this? And what was your experience with the building department and the health department? And they would just freely give me hordes of advice while I sat in their coffee shops and asked them questions. And, they were more than willing to help somebody who was doing something even similar, even close to their store.
It's great to hear.
Yeah, it was neat.
And
There wasn't this feeling of competition,
No.
like we can't tell you what we did.
I
Yeah.
think little people, small businesses like to help each other out.